Hello guys, welcome back to another video, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be talking about the Apple September 14 event of this year. So let's begin. Okay, so let's start first of all talking about the first product that Apple unveiled, which was the iPad. The iPad, as we all of it today, is like a budget iPad, like the iPhone SE of iPads. The cheapest iPad you can buy for those people who don't want to spend too much money on a tablet don't or for education. So a lot of schools buy the iPad because it's so affordable yet so capable. And this year Apple didn't really, as we always expected, not didn't really give it a lot of changes. We just had a processor refresh, a new front-facing camera, and that's really it. For an iPad, you can't really expect a lot of new updates because Apple's make trying to keep the updates as there as possible to keep the price as low as possible. So we got a new processor. No, well, not really new, but new for the iPad, A13 Bionic. We got a new front-facing camera, which is 12 megapixels and 120 degrees field of view, which is good for center stage. Apple already talked about center stage when they unveiled iPadOS 15, and it is quite a nice feature when you do video calls, but not really necessary. Apple also changed the front look of the iPad. So what I mean by that is, either which color you pick, space gray or silver, the front bezels are black, like on the iPhone SE. If you pick black, white, or product red, the front bezels are black, which is, I think, a nice look. And that's pretty much it. Apple didn't really change much the design. They didn't give it USB-C, as we can expect from the iPad. Let's now talk about the iPad mini, which in this event got a lot of change this year. First of all, as what we expected, it's got the new iPad Air design. Flat edges, new slimmer bezels, like the iPad Pro and the iPad Air, exactly the same, except what bugs me about it is the fact that the volume buttons are on the top of the iPad. Like, they're not on the side like we're used to, except now they're on the top. Also, it's got new colors: rose gold, silver, sky blue, I think, and starlight, which is a new color like gold. But anyway, the volume buttons. I don't know, but I don't like the placement of them. It just looks asymmetrical to me. We're used on them from being on the side, but now they're on the top. And the reason Apple did this is because of the Apple Pencil. If they put them on the side, there'll be no space for the Apple Pencil. And since the new Apple Pencil, the second generation Apple Pencil, now attaches magnetically to the side of the iPad, they had to move the volume buttons up on the top where the volume button is. Otherwise, the Apple Pencil just will have space to attach to the iPad, which I guess fine. But honestly, I don't really like that look. Maybe I'll get used to it, but so far, kind of bugs me about it. Anyway, the iPad Mini's got A15 Bionic processor, the latest processor. It's got a liquid retina display, which is now 8.3 inches, but the body size is really similar to the iPad Mini from the previous generation. Again, the screen to body ratio is better here. Apple says it's got new speaker stereo system. Yeah, that's, I mean, pretty much it. Now, the iPad Air, iPad Mini has Touch ID, no Face ID like in the iPad Pro, Touch ID like on the iPad Air, which is nice. I don't really mind if it's Face ID, but I think I prefer Touch ID, especially in COVID times. It's just easier to use Touch ID than Face ID. Anyway, let's now talk about the next product that Apple unveiled is the Apple Watch Series 7. The Apple Watch Series 7's got minor updates as well. So it's got a new design, more rounder, and slimmer bezels as well. So you get more screen to body ratio, and that makes it easier to tap buttons, which is nice. The sizes have been, I think, renamed the same. So 40 and 44 millimeters, and Apple now even added a keyboard so that you can, when typing messages, you can type or swipe type with, like in their iOS devices. So that's nice because I've been waiting for the feature for so long. It's so hard to swipe type or voice on the Apple Watch when sending messages. It's easier to use a keyboard. Even though I know it's not going to be that easy, the screen is still way too small for a keyboard, but at least you got swipe type. And Apple's also showed off new colors for the Apple Watch. So it's got dark green, blue, white, product red, and space gray, I think. Also, Apple showed off gold, graphite, and stainless steel, and silver for stainless steel, and titanium steel. Now, what's weird is there's no ceramic. I thought a ceramic model was gonna come, but no. And I think that Apple's discontinuing the ceramic models of the Apple Watch because the sales have been low. So they probably thought there's no point making ceramic model because the sales will be low. There's still this Hermes models with the special, Hermes bands if you want them, but I don't think again a lot of people are gonna buy them because they're way too expensive for most people. And also some of the Nike editions of new designs of the Nike bands. Yeah, no major changes. We've got new watch faces, and also Apple said the Apple Watch Series 7 charges 33% faster than the Apple Watch Series 6, which is nice. 45 minutes takes from 0 to 80%, which is nice when you really need to urgently charge a watch. And that's pretty much it. No major changes. Let's now move on to the biggest release probably of this event is the iPhone 13 and 13 Pro. The iPhone 13. To be honest, I don't really like the look of the iPhone 13. The back end cameras just they look asymmetrical, which bothers me. They just look like eyes of a weird insect. They just don't look good. It's a weird look, and I know you will get used to it probably, but honestly, I don't like it. The front has been changed as well with a slimmer notch, something we've been waiting for. But honestly, again, I just find it weird looking. I would rather have the notch that we would have before with iPhone 12 and 11 rather than this new slimmer notch. I don't know, it just looks weird. Or I would rather have no notch at all, sacrifice Face ID for Touch ID. I don't know why Apple just does Face ID. I think Touch ID is better, but people could disagree. Um, And iPhone 13's got new colors: blue, red, starlight again, the new gold, white, and I think black as well. iPhone 13 Pro has got a new display, so it's got a OLED display with ProMotion, something we have been waiting for such a long time. 120 hertz of refresh rate. Now I know the 13 does have, but at least the Pro has it, which is nice because Android phones already had this feature for such a long time. Apple's finally catching up. But anyway, the iPhone 13 has a 1000 nit OLED display and a 1200 nit peak brightness HDR, which is nice because when using the iPhone outdoors, when the sun is bright, it is a really useful to have a bright display when viewing content in a bright conditions. The iPhone 13's cameras have been made more advanced. Apple introduced new cinematic mode where basically the iPhone 13 video capabilities have been improved. So now it's more capable. And looking at what the footage Apple showed us on the event, how the iPhone 13 performs on video, it's actually pretty amazing for the package you get. Now I know a lot of professional cinematographers would still prefer using proper professional cinema cameras, or for a package that's this small with this high-end video quality. It's actually amazing for what the iPhone 13 Pro offers for such a small package. Yeah, so the iPhone 13 got new cameras. They even had to make the camera area bigger because of the lenses. They're so big. And the iPhone 13 Pro honestly looks the same as the iPhone 12 Pro. Yes, it's got the new blue, which is a little brighter, honestly, and the smaller notch. No major changes in that at all. It is probably the smallest update on an iPhone ever. These two iPhones, honestly, iPhones could have been called iPhone 12s and 12s Pro. I don't know, Apple just called them iPhone 13. But yeah, it is strange, and honestly, this is not the most exciting event as it was like this last year. Apple just doesn't have anything cool or, you know, nothing amazing to to impress us with so far. I mean, still minor updates are good updates. At least we got something. But honestly, I would want more. For example, I would definitely want AirPods 3 because AirPods need an update for such a long time now. So I would rather see AirPods 3 than iPhone 13 in this event. But anyways, guys, that's been it. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Apple September 14 event of this year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.